Okay, so today we're working on this Goodman package furnace on a rooftop. We had a new no heating call, and I'm up here diagnosed already that we have a bad board not sending the signal. And the reason I got to this diagnosis is because if you follow, you should know the order of operations or the sequence of operations for a gas furnace. And once you know all that, this system particularly gets to the point where the igniter starts to go crazy, but the gas valve never opens up and you never have any combustion. Well, why is that? If the switches throughout, like the rollout switch, our high limit switch, if those are closed, which I already checked, but just for demonstration purposes, I can check them again, show you how to do that. See here, you see that? Well, now we go to our switches. Either go to either side of your switch there. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so that switch is obviously closed, and that is a flame rollout switch. That means that's there to protect in case the flame is rolling out of the burner compartment there, which can mean a whole bunch of different types of problems. And then now we go to our high limit switch. Same thing. That switch is obviously closed. There is no doubt about that. So after that, we come to the gas valve. Now, if the gas valve, I have plenty of other videos showing this, but now I'm going to put it on voltage here. And this can always be an intermittent problem. Okay, that's the thing about furnaces, is they like to have intermittent issues, meaning it'll work, then it won't work, then it'll work again, and then it'll finally not work. So excuse me. What we're gonna do now is test if we have actual voltage coming to the gas valve. And if the answer is yes, and the gas valve still isn't opening, well, then obviously that would be a different diagnosis, which I also have on the channel, meaning the gas valve is bad and you just got to replace it. Or in this case, it intermittently calls for heat, but then sometimes it will get 24 volts on our two wires here going into the gas valve, and sometimes it won't. So let's see what it does here shortly. To give you an example, when I got here, it did turn on continuously twice, or maybe 3 times, I can't remember. And I think on the 4th time, it started to do what it's doing now, which it is not getting voltage at our 2 leads there. It should be getting 24 to 28 volts, and it obviously is not. So, as long as your wires here, you follow them, and they are not, chopped anywhere or cut anywhere, then that just means the board is not sending the signal to the gas valve to turn on. And that's what's going on here. Okay, it looked like it did something kind of weird at the end there. But anyways, it's going to give you a fault code, which here is 1 and a 1. So it's just flashing 1. And if we go over here to our to our diagram here, it says flashing one blank is ignition failure or open rollout switch or open auxiliary limit switch. Well, it's none of those things. It's not the auxiliary limit. We already checked that. It's not the rollout switch. It obviously is an ignition failure. And check gas flow, gas pressure, gas valve, flame sensor, flame rollout, bad switch, auxiliary limit. So it just tells you a gazillion things to check. It really doesn't know what's going on. But I've obviously diagnosed everything else, and it's obviously just the bad gas valve. All right. Well, that's pretty much it, y'all. Thanks for watching. I really don't know why this thing now it doesn't even want to kick on, which when I got here at least it was kicking on, but that's how it is with intermittent issues, right? They are known to do that. Yep. Well, it got 18 volts at the last second there, which is not enough to turn that gas valve on. Okay, it's just not enough. So we'll go ahead and order a new board. Should be under warranty. This thing is only 8 years old. So that's pretty much it. Again, I have seen scenarios where the wires here to the gas valve are burnt up or chewed up or pinched or cut or whatever, right? So just make sure that that's not going on. But if that's not the issue, it's just not getting 24 volts from our board here, then you just got to go ahead and change out the board. All right. As always, thanks for watching. We will see y'all on the next one. Okay, so we are back a few days later. Got the board in there, the new one. There it is. It's pretty much just plug and play, if you will. So now let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up and test it out. There's the inducer. There it is. Alrighty, y'all. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you on the next one.